Airports are national critical transportation infrastructure. We need to run. We need investment. This is infrastructure that could last 30, 40, 50 years, and we need to make sure that we have the funds available, but also the workforce resources and the environmental resources to sustain the business. So we look at financial sustainability, we look at workforce sustainability, and we look at environmental sustainability, and that is throughout this project. We built the microgrid after seeing a couple of U.S. airports suffer from energy outages. At the time, we were rebuilding our reputation on a global stage as an airport, and I remember thinking we don't ever want to be the airport that's causing chaos in the system. Our microgrid allows us to be entirely 100% self-sufficient from an energy perspective. The grid is our backup. The microgrid was built to produce 23 megawatts of power a year. We use about 14 to 15, and the rest of it is sold back into the grid. Should anything ever happen where the grid would have to shut down, we can disconnect from the grid and run on our own power, and that has happened a couple of times. And oh, by the way, we have natural gas under our feet, and we have land where you can put a solar farm. The land, because we are an airport, is actually landfill, and we were the first solar farm in the state to allow to be built on top of landfill, which is now something that's happening throughout the state. They have 5 natural gas turbines that also power the airport along with the solar. That is extracting the gas right here on site. Hydrogen is something that we have tested here at producing through some research and development projects, and we are really committed to SAF, to producing that on site, which would be an alternative fuel for airlines and allow them to achieve the resiliency that we have, and we would be the first in the world to do that on site. What we were looking for when it came to environmental sustainability is what is everything that we can do to lower our footprint, our carbon footprint, to make sure that we're being as responsible as possible and that we can have our natural resources continues to sustain us in a cost-efficient and cost-effective manner. We looked at our LEED certification. We're going for gold. We expect to attain that. We look at, can we capture rainwater to irrigate our terraces? We looked at our lighting. We looked at our resources and where we would buy them and what it would take to get them here, which is why we're very proud that 90% of them were locally sourced. That itself is a sustainable practice. Because we don't use pesticides on our 8,800 acres, we have 250 apiaries that produce honey and help repopulate a queen bee population. We're doing everything we can, and we're doing things that actually make sense for this community based on the resources we have. Travel is stressful. Everything that we can do to help people bring down their stress levels is important to us. It's built into the design of the terminal. When you walk in, and you walk into the arrivals hall, I see a lot of people look right up. Right? So you're looking up, and you're looking up at clear story light, natural light, which is the most energy efficient type of light. That clear story light is made possible by this rolling roof, which is meant to represent the rolling hills of western Pennsylvania. You see these steel columns that are meant to represent tree trunks and branches. All of that steel was manufactured in Ambridge. Across the river, all of the tile in the restrooms here was manufactured by local artists. The terraces are the direct result of building this airport specifically for Pittsburgh. We thought nature is a huge part of this community. Let's reflect it right here, and it serves as a wonderful place for people to get outside, lower their stress levels, just enjoy nature, and feel like, wow, this is really cool for an airport. When it comes to partnerships, one of the most fundamental is the one we have with the county executive and her team and our board. We can't do this in a vacuum. It takes strong support and it takes strong leadership. I'm really excited and honored that we as a team are receiving the award from the Pennsylvania Environmental Council. It's a tremendous tribute to the work that we have done in this state and in this region. We're just thrilled and we thank you.